there, it's Patmos and nice of you to join me for a whole new series. This time, Life is Feudal Forest Village. And if you have any idea what the game Banished is, well, this is kind of the same, but it's a lot of fun. This time we will be loading up a new game. Now this won't be like a complete playthrough or whatever where I explain everything, it won't be a tutorial. We're just going to have some fun gaming. And well, I'd like to play on a normal sized map. And well, Blackpool, Southbourne, Clarkton, Beach Castle, that sounds nice. Now I'd like to switch around my maps every now and then to get a nice flat spot. There it is, all that brown there. That means we have a nice big flat spot where we can build. Everything, well, mild, yeah. Starts without houses, no, because we only have 2 people and that takes forever to multiply. So let's start like this. And let me just start off by saying I'm not an expert in this game. I have played but not too long, just to get started and to find out a few of the base mechanics. Which is basically you need food, food, food and more food to survive. And that's what we're going to try. So yeah, I'll be talking through a few things and just talking as I play. But I won't explain everything because I still don't understand everything. So if you have any tips for me or I don't know, things you want to see me do while I play, please leave a comment and I'll respond to it and try to meet your wishes. Now, here we have our little village. We start off with a storage barn with a lot of food and some firewood, some clothes, etc. We have a warehouse where we have all the building materials we need. And we have 3 little shacks with 9 people living in it. But we have 10 people, so we have 1 homeless guy or a girl. In this case a girl, so we need to build a house quite quickly, at least before winter, or she will freeze. So what I'd like to do is open this profession window. That's where you can tell people what profession they should do. Quite the same as in Banished, but yeah, it's helpful. And what I'd like to do first is clear out this area. It will give us some extra resources, which is always good. Come on, there it is. So I'll just click. You can immediately see what you're going to get. So we're going to get 68 wood, 8 stone and 8 iron out of it. I'm going to click them to do that. Now, as you can see, the game is paused because I would like to make a few preparations first. What I'd like to do is, there are different types of housing. You can have little tents, you can have shacks, small house, big house and a hostel. I'd like to build small houses a lot because the better the house is, the higher the fertility rate of your people, so the more kids they produce in a shorter amount of time. And if we want to grow our little beach castle village, then we need quite a few kids. And since we need to build a house because we have 1 homeless guy, I'd like to start building on a real house. Now we're going to start closing this area. So I'm just going to build the house somewhere right here. And as you can see, there's a nice big picture of a house. You can rotate it around. So now the door is on this side. I guess that's be nice. And yeah, let's just build it like that. Now you can see something opens up. We can assign 2 builders, so let's do that. I'm going to unpause, set it on speed 5, otherwise things go rather slow. And now the guy starts working. He's going to cut down that tree because it's in the way for the building. Other people are starting to gather stuff that we assigned them to gather. Now, one of the great things I love about this game is when he chops down this tree, the wood that comes free will remain in that area and will immediately be used for that building. If you play Banished, you know that they have to first walk back to a storage facility, then pick up the wood again and bring it towards the building site. In this game that's not the case, which is really nice. So now everyone's bringing the goods, then those 2 builders will start building this house and the rest will keep on gathering all those extra materials, which I like. So yeah, let's keep doing that. In the meantime, let's plan ahead. We need some sort of food. There's all different kinds of foods. We can get fisheries, we can get fish farms, but I'm going to start off with a gathering hut. You can see the big green circle. In that area they will gather some food. It's nice if you have a forest area there. So I'm going to build it, well, I guess somewhere here, a bit away from the village, so we won't get there soon. And they can use that whole area to gather stuff. As you can see, it is right here now, the building site. Where is it? Come on. Right here. There's the building site. They're bringing in goods right now. There they go. They're going to flatten the area. Get rid of existing resources and then start building. Now what I want to do is use this area to also build a forester. And that of course raises the question why? Well, in this area we need trees because of the... There's an area here. Perfect. Let's do it. Let's build it right there. We need trees in this area because of the gatherer. Because in a forest area you'll gather a lot of vegetables. So with this tree guy here that cuts trees but also plants trees, you ensure that this whole area will have a lot of trees. And next to that I also want a hunter because we need to hunt some food and protect our village from wild animals. So I'm going to place the hunter a bit closer to the city actually. Not close to these houses, but I'll place it somewhere here so that it can hunt but also protect our houses from all these wild animals that roam free. This bear, for instance, we need to hunt that down so it won't spread disease or eat our cattle, etc. Alright, so we have a few constructions going. That's nice. There's one more thing we need early on in the game, and that's firewood, because if the first winter comes, we need to prepare a lot of firewood. So let's make a place where we can build that, the lumberjack lodge. And right there, a lot of firewood will be produced. As soon as we assign people to it, of course, and the building has to be done. Alright, well that's quite work to have to do, but we'll wait. People living in this nice big house now. Ooh, we have a first baby expecting. That's nice. Interesting. Well, she can keep expecting a baby, of course. That's no problem. Hopefully soon we can build a few extra houses. But right now, all I want is those extra buildings to be done. I want to clear out this area. There they go. Perfect. And, well, they have all the resources at the building site, so they can just build all those buildings and we can assign people to them. Ah, the gathering hut is done, so let's assign one of our 6 adults that can work, because only adults can work. Children won't work, of course, and teenagers also won't work. They can study if you build a school, but we don't have a school yet, so we'll get into that later. So they're all bringing the stuff towards the building sites. But at least one is gathering stuff now. Well, we start off with no vegetables, but he already gathered a few. 17 brought in, so that's good. Let's see how much we can gather before the winter comes. And they're bringing in all the extra firewood, etc. They're bringing in the vegetables. So that's good. Let's keep clearing out. Get some building materials. Perhaps it's also a good time to start working on our second house. So yeah, let's rotate. Get all the entrances the same side. That's good. And let's build a house. There it goes. Alright, well, there's a few bears roaming around this hunting cabin. We still need to build it, but that's fine. The forester's done. Let's get someone in there so we get a steady supply of wood. It won't be too quick, but as soon as we get 2 people in there, you get good amounts of food. Or wood. I'm sorry, not food, but wood. So that's really important. Because that means you don't have to assign people all the time to just chop down trees at random. No, they can do all the work. Alright, hunting cabin is done, so let's assign one there as well. Oh, that's going good. Let's see if he can hunt a few bears. Something like that. There he goes. Oh, he's going off to hunt a wolf, I guess. And he's done. So he'll bring in the meat. He'll bring in some hides we can use later to produce clothing, so that's nice. And the lumberjacks being built. Perfect. Well, I guess I'm going to unassign one of those builders and assign it to the lumberjack's hut. So at least we start producing new lumber, lumberwood. Or what is it? Firewood. That's what I have to call it. Sorry if I mix up those names. Just so much in my head I think about and which I want to tell in this whole series, and things I don't want to forget, etc. So that's usually why it's a bit of a mess sometimes. And then, of course, I have to translate everything in my head from my native language to English. So that's probably it. All right, this is looking very good. Plenty of room, so I guess we can tear down one of these little huts. Let's get rid of that one. And the one with the kid can have a kid somewhere else. Well, not in this house as well, so let's get rid of that one as well. Let's go to another hut. Right. Still plenty of room for living. Now a new house costing me 60 wood. We don't have 60 wood at the moment, so I should probably tell them to cut down a few extra trees. Because I want the right amount of wood, of course, to start building another house. We have to calculate that the lumberjack will also use a bit of wood. I don't believe when they tear down a building that you get resources from it. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. So maybe that's something they will add to the game later. This game really looks amazing though. Look at those big trees and... well, I guess the scale of things is pretty right. That's cool. Big bear wandering around, a lot of fish swimming in this cute little river. No, it's not really a river, it's more of an ocean, but yeah, a lot of fish. Really like the amount of detail in this game. And they're all really busy. Bringing in the firewood, or the logs, I'm sorry, so that we can start producing another house soon. Which is a thing I would really like. I want everyone to live in a house, not in a shag. So yeah, let's place it right there. Perfect. Well, we have everything, despite the wood. So... let's tell them that they can chop down a few more trees in this area. As soon as they have time on their hands, which they don't right now, but that's okay. And we already have gathered 155 vegetables, and probably a few are eaten already, so... just that one gatherer is doing a good job. Let's hope our house is done. Decent time. And we can really start growing. We only have one baby right now, so... could get more. Always be aware in this game though, don't try and grow too fast, because if you have like 10 babies coming and they all turn teenagers, they'll be eating a lot of food but not producing anything. So especially in the beginning of the game, make sure you don't go too fast, or you will probably end up losing quite a few people through starvation. Alright, they are building this house now, which is nice. I hope they can do that in time to clear out the shack. Oh no, Ephraim is a child, so... if you destroy a building with a child in it, whether it's a baby or a small child, under the age of 3, they will die because they can't relocate. So you have to wait until all the children have grown up are enough. So let's hope. Yeah. Alright, well... it's going to be like this, so we'll have to wait a while before we can destroy that shack. Because she'll probably have the baby in here. But we'll see. Things look good. We have one teenager age 5. As soon as she turns age 6, she'll be considered an adult. And we can put her to work. That's also very nice. Alright, we have 2 free people now. I guess one could be an extra gatherer. To make sure that we get enough food for winter. In the meantime, let's just clear a few trees. Get some extra firewood in. Or some extra normal wood, which they can turn into firewood. Don't know why I keep saying firewood, but... and well, it's summer already. Ah, baby's been born. Nice. So now we have to wait a while before they all turn to the proper age where they can move to a house, but it's fine. Alright. So we need to think ahead, and what we need right now, well, we have plenty of food to survive our first winter, but after that we need a lot more food, because our population will also grow a little bit. So towards that end, we need to start working on farms, I think. Now you can easily build just a farm field. Just go like this, and you can drag it and make it the size you want it. Now, I'd like to go with fields 12 by 13, because that means that one farmer can work that whole field. If you go one size bigger, in either direction, you'll see that you need 2 farmers to work the field, and I want to do it with 1 because we don't have too many people. So I'm going to build a field right here. Now in order to really work the field, you will also need a good well close by. So I'd like to build a well right here. I'm going to build it just like this. And then we can build an extra field, because I want 2 fields. Build it right here. Make it the same size. 12 by 13. Alright, so now they can work on both those fields. And, well, that's all the wood they need, so they can build it now. So next season we will start working on those 2 fields. And they'll provide us with lots of food. And hopefully 1 or 2 of our children will grow up before the end of next year, so we can really put them to work. Well, one is 5, this one's 4, and that one is 4, and they grow up pretty quickly. Doesn't take like real years in the game, so that's nice. That goes really quick. Still have plenty of stuff, so that's also very nice. We have 18 living spaces right now, so plenty of room to get new babies. They're not incoming, but that's fine. Little baby already turned 1, which is kind of strange because it had to be born, then it's age 0. Now it's already age 1, and Ephraim is still age 2. I believe she is age 2 already for quite a while. But that's okay, our field is done. Let's see. Let's start working on potatoes. You need temperature between 0 and 27, so we can't work it in winter. And it needs to be pretty humid. And that's why we need that well, so they can bring water towards the field and make sure that things don't dry out. And as you can see here, they can have a harvest of 770 vegetables, which is very good. If you have 2 fields, you can have like 1500 food in one season, or in 1 year. So yeah, that's good amounts of food. That's what I really like. So that's why I want to get into farming as soon as we can. But yeah, you don't really need to do that the first year, so you can just take your time. Start working on those houses. Do we get a baby yet? No, not another baby incoming, but that's okay. Sometimes it happens real quick, sometimes it goes a bit slower. Well, let's see, we are pretty low on stone, but perhaps there's some stone close by. Well, at least there's 6 stone close by, but there should be more. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright, so that should be enough for a while. Kira has grown up and is ready to work, so we have an extra worker now. That's good, she can gather those stones and trees, etc. that we need. And it's late summer now, so as soon as winter comes, I want to start working, or maybe I should do that right now, on a fishery. And I'll explain to you why once this one is done. Just let me start building it. We need stone and we need some extra hay for it. Well, that's all going to be fine. Here it is, 1830 hay. Alright, that'll be good. This also needs a bit of hay, so that's fine. They'll bring in all the goods, then they start collecting all the wood and hay and stone that I have pointed out for them to gather, and it will take just a little bit of time. Oh wow, there's a thunderstorm. That's cool. But they will get it, so that's good. Now we have to be aware of thunderstorms because they can hit your houses and your other buildings and they will catch fire. Also a good reason to have a few wells close by so they can extinguish the fire. Now one of the good things about this game is that they can really extinguish fires. So you have just one building on fire, they can extinguish it. In Banish usually half your village burns down even if you have a well close by. But right here, that's not the case. It's something I really like. That really works well. We have to set this field. Also potatoes for next year, of course. And here we go. Well, they are gathering stuff. Still need hay, though. Going to bring in hay? No, that's stone. Alright, well... As soon as they gathered the stone we pointed out, they will start gathering hay, so that's okay. Well, it's early fall, but it's still 23 degrees, which is, well, kind of a smooth fall, I guess. It's not too cold yet. But everyone has a house, we have good amounts of firewood, so that's all fine. We don't really have to worry about that. All we have to worry about is getting all the stuff we need. And yeah, they're gathering the hay, that's nice. We need one more stone. Not sure, yeah, they got it. Alright, all the stone is there, and they now need is hay. And I can already point them out to gather a few extra stones. Because we are going to need it, same as hay by the way. So yeah, let's tell them to collect all those things in winter. One builder, so he can continue building those two buildings soon. Well, a lot of people walking around. There's a forester coming in with a log, that's good, it means extra wood. And well, we are well on the go. Time to see some wildlife. We have a bear, we have a wolf, we have a wild boar. Really nice. I really like the efforts they put in how things look. I mean, this birch tree just looks amazing. Really well done. Well, yeah, they're bringing in the hay. Perfect. Alright, well, things look smoothly. New trees growing. That's a good thing to know. That if you cut down all the trees in your village, for instance, there will be trees growing back anyway. So you don't need a forester for any tree to start growing back. Trees will keep coming up. And new trees will always come up. And the bigger it is, the more wood you get from it. So if you chop down all the small trees, then you get a little wood for it. If you wait for it to grow, then you get more wood from it. Alright, the well is done. It will now fill up with water, so they can use that next year. And soon production on the Fisherman's Lodge should start, which is right on time. It's still a good temperature, although it's already fall. The temperature should be dropping quite quickly. Our child Ephraim has grown up and is now ready to study, which is good because that means she could move out of this house. And as soon as Lachlan reaches 3 and is going to study, I want to remove the shack, have them all living in a house. So that'll be good. I'm starting to build the Fisherman's Lodge. Perfect. They're still gathering stuff. I should probably... Well, they still have plenty to gather, so yeah, I'm not going to tell them to gather any more yet. We'll do that soon. Oh, they're still building the hut. That's nice. They're already eating all the fish, so replenishing our stock would be nice. Just slowly dropping, 17 degrees now. Could be seeing a rather bigger drop soon. Yep, it's almost done. Perfect. Right, so at least now we can start fishing if we want to. Not yet ready to, but we can if we want to right now. I'll just tell them to, yeah, get that extra wood in, that's fine. But we really need the extra stone. We do need a lot of stone, so... And it's just laying around there, so why not get it? Since we have 2 people available, that's fine. And in the meantime, our gatherer and our gatherer's hut, who is just working with 2, have already collected 860 vegetables, which is a very good amount. So I really like the fact that they get so much. And I think they also collect fruits because this number's higher, I think, than it was. I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe so. So yeah, that's good. They gather a lot of food. So let's keep them doing their job. Now, of course, they have to walk those distances, but that's not really an issue. At least in my mind it isn't. Maybe you have a whole different opinion on it, please let me know, but I think that's not really a big issue. And well, it's only 8 degrees now, 7 degrees, so yeah, temperature's falling. Winter is coming rather quick. And then it will start freezing, of course. Now it's good to know that when it starts freezing, your gatherer's hut won't work. There'll be this little snowflake icon over it, meaning that they can't work there because it's too cold. And it makes sense because the old land's covered in snow, so how will you find all the vegetables on the ground? So that is a good way and a good time to just tell them to do something differently. So we're going to wait a little while until snow really kicks in and it starts freezing. But after that, we will make sure that they will stop gathering and we'll put them in the fisher's hut. Because fishing can be done all year long. So they can then start to collect a lot of fish. Could already just trade out one, so one can keep gathering and one will start fishing. Perfect, we'll see who comes in and starts fishing. Still bringing in good amounts of stone now, so that's important as well. We want to build another house, which of course I want to do at some point. There's no new babies coming in. Sometimes you start up a game and you end up with like already 3 babies on the way, and right now none of that. Well, maybe we have to wait until the cold kicks in and people are getting bored, not knowing what to do because it's freezing outside. Perhaps then they will start making babies, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Would be nice though if we have some reproduction, because we want to grow our village. And I don't want to fall into the trap of building 1 or 2 extra houses and then all of a sudden we get a big baby boom and we have to deal with all that. I don't want that. Alright, it's 0 degrees. I'll show you what I meant with the gathering hut. There it is. And this should mean that it's not working right now. So let's get rid of that last gatherer. We can either choose, put it in the hunter's hut. I'm choosing now to put it in the fishing hut. Later on, if we get more people, we can have them going to gather and hunt, etc. Now we have 2 people collecting all these goods, which is good. We have plenty of food now, so that's not an issue. If you think, well, I don't really have plenty of food or we need more firewood, just keep an eye on your stocks, and if you see them fall, well, just use those 3 people to add to what you need. So if you need more firewood, just add 1 to the lumberjack. And always keep an eye on that so you're not too late responding. And then everything should be fine. There they are fishing. Fish are coming in, so that's good. Relatively close to their home, so they don't have to walk too far. Maybe at some point it would be nice to just build a little shack here so they can work and have a really small travel time. But yeah, I also, if you know my Ostriv gameplay videos, I'm not all about efficiency. Sometimes I just love to make sure that things look nice. That's probably not the most efficient way, but I don't really care about that. That's fine for me. But I think right now we have already worked ourselves through the first half hour of this new series. So I'm going to slow things down. And I'm going to have to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. That helps me in the YouTube algorithms. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. That'll be a big help. I would like to thank all subscribers, were the ones that have supported me, well, quite a while now. And of course those newcomers, really much welcome. And feel free to leave comments, etc. and give me tips on games. And of course I hope to see you in another video. Thank you, bye bye.